now it's time once again for another episode of Wipe Those Tears. And here is your host, the star of Wipe Those Tears, Jason DiCanio.
Hey, thank you very much. Oh, you're fine. I'm going cameo today. Oh, thank you. You're fine. Welcome, everybody. Oh, yes. Nice to have you with us once again for another edition of Wipe Those Tears. Episode 24 is happening tonight, folks. We are back for another edition, and boy, oh boy, we just keep climbing the episode numbers up the wall. And today is March 6th, 2024. It's the first week of March for us here on the program. And of course, the David 3000 Network is 3 months away from launching the summer schedule. That's right, friends. We'll officially be launching that summer schedule June 1st. So all the meetings in May, on the 4 or 5 weeks in May, we would like to have you come and join us for those viewership meetings and listenership meetings, as you would call them, because that's how we base our lineups, by putting the programs that you want to see on those particular time slots. So please come to those meetings and express your opinions wholeheartedly. Speaking of opinions here, we've got a lot of them, and we're ready to go and introduce the TIERMASTERs. So let's go ahead and start with the man who pretty much from Kansas City is from Kansas. He and his kitty are there. The kitty's not there today, but he's here. He's a cashier and all that good stuff. Let's welcome, of course, my good friend Scott McVeigh. There he is. Hey, what's going on? Let's get that.
I'm doing good.
And yeah.
Just about ready to partake in a nice little hot beverage here in my official David Buster's cup. Good.
Oh, the David Buster's cup. Oh,
exactly. Yeah.
Well, they're out by you, huh?
Well, technically, I mean, I still gotta travel a ways though, and even though there are a couple in Case City, I still have to travel a ways to get to them. So, but there you go.
Oh, there you go. Well, hey, hot beverage in a coffee cup. And David, I've heard David, but it's a lot of free play on those. Or you
can be there, yeah.
Yeah.
Can be, yeah.
How's the food over there? Is it just your generic?
It's
burgers?
Pretty good.
Yeah,
got some other good, things to sit down. But I usually go there for the games and all that there as well.
I think so too. So it's kind of like eat quickly, like a Chuck E. Cheese, and then get up there and start playing.
Kind of, or actually, just sometimes I go not even to eat. I just go play.
That's it, right? Yeah, because I call it the adult version of Chuck E. Cheese.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's got so much more, and for the adults. So there you go. Well, of course, you're ready to play tonight, right?
Yes, I am.
Jay, we got you going here. We're still in the Jays. It's going to be fun. All right, next up is the guy from Florida who's always got a laugh, and he's always got his little guy with him as well, too. I hope he's here tonight with him. Let's welcome, of course, Brandon Bogart. There he is. Oh, my goodness. What's up, friend? How you doing?
Very good.
And
I'm still in the box, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
Stuck in the box.
Little David is in the box, unfortunately. It's little David Satan. I know I know his real name, but we always refer to him as David's little brother, the wannabe David. That's
cousin.
Right. Huh?
Cousin. It's my cousin, not my brother.
Oh, cousin. Okay. Well,
yeah.
We want to get that. We want to make sure we get that right. But great show on the Plump on episode number 4 there, my friend. Nice one.
Yes. Finally got that out.
Yes, as you know, he is the host of the Plump Show and having a lot of other great projects to work on as well. And, of course, he's one of our TIERMASTERs here, who is the statistician, I must say. Because you told us the last time we are about, we've done over 250 critiques so far.
I have to do the calculations again.
I think that's what you said. I think that's what you mentioned to me the last time we was on.
Oops. We did 260.
260 folks. That's a lot, including with Scott McVeigh, who's been here the last what? Now you've been on now a month, right? Scott?
Over a month, I think. Yeah.
How quickly we go fast on these things.
Oh, very true. Yeah.
Very true. Well, I tell you. So now we have our official statistician, Brandon Bogard, who will keep track of how many games we did cover of the 710, and of course Scott McVeigh is our retro arcade man of the day. And now we're going to introduce the man who is the AVGN TIERMASTER expert. Here he is, coming up on the ball, Gianni Pizzi.
Whoa!
Yes. This is soon to be president and founder. Well, in this case, flounder.
Oh, I see what you did there.
I believe we got a fan base, sir. Yes, Johnny, how's it going again?
I'm doing good.
Oh, yeah. Well, I tell you, and this is the one thing I forgot to ask all three of you. How is the weather? Because right now, here, we got some hot weather. We got like 86 in Central Florida, but how's the weather in your neck of the woods, gentlemen?
Been raining the past couple of days.
That's great. And I know Brandon Bogart's just a couple hours from me above, so probably is a little bit cooler, but not much, right?
Right.
Yeah. Hasn't been too good here the past couple of days.
Uh-oh.
Mm.
That means more rain, probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, mine's not been too bad. I mean, we've been seeing like 60s or so like that, though. For
Monday it was actually starting to get warm out, and then Tuesday it was cold and raining.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
In the next couple of days, we might see a little bit of light rain, but I can't guarantee if that's going to happen or not, though.
Yeah, it's true. All right, we got to get, of course, the man who's the Mario man himself from Canada. Get him on the ball here, ladies and gentlemen, from the Canadian Providence. Here's Mark Leota. Yay!
It's me, Mario.
That's right. Like to call him Mr. Linguini himself, Mr. Macaroni Man. Yes, Mario Macaroni, Marconi. Mark, what's going down, buddy?
It's going pretty good, Jason. And it's that literally an hour before we went on the air tonight, they released a demo for the new Princess Peach game on the Switch eShop.
Oh, I need to try that one.
Yeah,
Ooh.
so I'll be checking that out once the show's over. And and also in other news, some of the Gianni and Steffi probably know about this already, since I already might have told them and some of the other guys on MVG about this already. But I don't think you know this yet, Jason. But on June 1st, I'm going to be seeing Wheel of Fortune live.
All right.
Yes.
It's coming to Canada, or are you coming down and going to California?
No, they are actually doing a stop but here in Ontario on that weekend. So
fantastic.
That actually works out very nicely for me.
There you go. You get to see Pat Sajak one more time before he retires.
Well, not quite. The stage show is actually hosted by two people.
Okay.
Yeah, they rotate between Mark Wahlberg and Bob Gowan. It really depends on the site. And the show that I'm going to is being hosted by Bob Gowan.
Oh, nice.
That's
the question, Bob Gowan, right?
Huh? What was that?
The guy that did That's the Question on the Game Show Network, that Bob Gowan.
Yes, that one.
And of course, he did the Wheel of Fortune in 1991.
Yeah, that's right. He did Daytime Wheel for CBS from 1989 to 1991. That's right.
That's right.
What do you mean, where is Ariel? Who's Ariel?
I don't know.
You said Flounder.
That's
no,
I meant hit Flounder as in the fish band there.
Well, that's what it made me think of.
Like, really, the only issue I had with CBS Daytime Wheel, and this is from seeing episodes of it on YouTube, is that the dollar values were way too cheap.
Oh, yeah, because it was daytime and the budget was like cut down so badly.
Yeah, even the NBC values, I mean, granted, the NBC values were kind of low at first too, but those gradually increased as they progressed.
That's true.
But CBS, it's kind of like they went backwards.
Yep. Yep. And that was all of the time that Pat Sajak was doing that nighttime talk show. That's why he was
right. Yeah.
Right, between 90 and 92. Then he came back in 92 and after
Although
that.
Pat's always done nighttime wheel, as far as I know.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
but as
yeah.
far as the daytime, he went to go. He gave the reins over to Rolf and Bob, and Bob was actually better than Rolf.
Yeah, that would be an understatement.
That would be an understatement, indeed. It is.
That was
I've got all my Tier Masters here, and of course, I want to make one big announcement, gentlemen. As of today, as you know, or you probably didn't know if you was watching DMS, David was on there covering because Brian Snow did not make it. So, Mark Leota, I know you'll be back next Wednesday to cover for me, right? I think we talked. Yeah. Okay. So he'll be on the 13th. Check him out. Give this guy a good, viewing because he's done it before. He knows what he's doing. So, and then Brandon Martin will be here on the 20th as well.
Well, it very conveniently helps that I don't have bowling next Wednesday. So,
well, that's a lot.
It actually makes this a lot easier.
Yeah, David did suggest something about rotating the co-host. I'm like, yeah, I was going to do that eventually. And also, too, I want to let you know, 30 pounds dropped in 14 weeks.
Yay!
Nicely done, Jason.
And you see this shirt? You see this shirt? I don't know if you could see it. This is an example of quick slide. What? What do we got there? I've never seen that before.
That was not me. I don't know.
I know that wasn't me.
One came up. I don't know who either, but there you go.
I don't know who hit that. Somebody hit that.
Oh, I think I put the graphic up there.
Oh, you did.
Okay.
Yeah, because Mark has he has what you call host rights too as well. Yeah. But I wanted to show you that this shirt. Let me stand up here real quick.
Kind of like the Army.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have not worn this shirt in years.
Nice.
I couldn't fit into it. Now I can with losing the 30 pounds. So I'm going to wear it around the house, and you might see me again on a future episode of Wipe Those Tears with it. So
cool. All
right, we've got all of our introductions out of the way. We're ready to go, right, guys?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay, let's play. Let's play Wipe Those Tears. Here we go. Okay, you know how it's played. You're going to grade the JNES games. We're in it right now. You'll give a grade between 50 and 100. And, of course, each one of you will rate on cover art, playability, and anything else that you can think of. And, of course, once you give a score, it cannot be changed. It's locked in. So please make sure if you need to pass it off to your significant other, as they say. That way we can get everybody into the same realm of things here, okay? And don't forget, you can, of course, talk amongst each other to get information that you didn't have that we didn't cover before. Okay? Good luck to all of you. We're ready for the opening ceremonies, so let's start it up. There it is, gentlemen. Oh, boy. Ooh. And we've got some good ones in ready to go. Okay, we're in the Jays, and the first game up on tonight's extravaganza is... This looks like Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan's Action Kung Fu.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh. Well, okay. It's it has a different cover art than the one on Wiki here. But this is put out by Hudson Soft and Now Productions, December 1990. Let me give you a little bit of rundown on this. It's an action platform video game developed by Now Production, published by Hudson Soft. It was released for the NES in 90 and the TurboGrafx 16 in 91. So the player controls Jackie Chan, the well-known martial arts stuntmaster, and brawls against many enemies during his quest to save his sister. The game is played through 5 levels, each with a boss at the end. Kind of like Kung Fu, almost. Regular Kung Fu, that is. Okay, in this order, usually... We have it. I think we had this order almost the last time. So we'll start with Brandon Bogard with Jackie Chan. Action Kung Fu.
Come on.
Try to pull it up.
Gotta wait for the thing to load.
Oh my fucking god, this game. Look, here's the deal. Jackie and his sister Josephine are tough on tyrants. As China's supreme kung fu champs, they guard their country against the Prince of Sorcerers, who lurks just beyond the Great Wall. And there's another sentence that says, maybe Jackie Chan can learn a little magic on his own.
Wow.
Magic? We're talking about a kung fu star right here. Where is magic coming from? And then I look at the images on the back. Look at the gameplay images on the back cover. We have a gold Santa Claus monkey lookalike. No, really. There's a monkey with like a gold Santa Claus beard. You like. And then we have Cotton Candy Cloud God, whatever that is. And then going to the front cover. Is that really supposed to be Jackie Chan? Oh my god. We're starting out very rough, 57.
Oh, he buzzes it. Oh boy. 57. Okay. All right, Mark Leota, you're up with Jackie Chan's Action Kung Fu.
Jackie Chan.
Yep.
What is Jackie trying to do there? That's what I want to know.
Oh, on the cover of it looks like an animated version of Jackie Chan on the tier board.
Yeah, I have no idea what he's trying to do.
That's because it is an animated Jackie Chan.
Yeah,
It is.
A very ugly one.
Yeah.
Anyways, 55.
Oh boy. 55. We got double F there, and now we go to Scott McVeigh with Jackie Chan's Action Kung Fu.
This is actually not a bad game, though. I mean, I've actually played more of the TurboGrafx version than the NES version, and that's basically the only real difference is it got better graphics on the other version, but this one looks still pretty good. It's kind of fun. It's kind of like a platformer of sorts, though, with a little bit of action and all that there as well.
Yeah.
And I think it looks pretty awesome, though, itself, Now, while this cover that we have on our tier board here is the cartoony version from Legend of the Drunken Master, the other cover I believe that Jason's seeing here is the awesome one that kind of looks like a cross between Bruce Lee and Jackie and all that with that as well.
Two different cover art, depending on way we're going.
Exactly,
When you see this one that we're looking at right now, but then you see the other one on NES on Wiki, and it gives you you said,
yeah. So there's, like I said, there's at least a couple different covers and all that there as well. But overall, this game's still kind of fun, still entertaining, and I'm going to give it a good 80.
An 80, okay. A B for Scott. Okay, now we go to Gianni for his take on Jackie Chan's Action Kung Fu.
Okay, I don't know if he has played this game.
Oh, James, yeah. First question of the day. Don't even, just go right.
I kind of know at this point when you're going to ask.
You knew I was going to ask you sometime down the road.
You know what? After looking how bad it is, he should. I mean,
right. He should, exactly, because it'll give away.
Maybe he has, I don't know, but it should be right there. I mean, we predicted him doing Goonies too, and then he did it about a week ago.
Yep.
But, I mean, one thing AVGN would say, and I'm going to say, he looks nothing like Jackie Chan. Character in the game.
It's like a generic Chinese kung fu artist from those those wacky 70 movies,
right?
right?
I think they have some of the sprites or tools to do it. I don't know why. Yeah. I mean, it could be a kung fu game. I don't really know. I've never played it, but 60.
Ooh, boy, a D. Okay, we're really cutting. We're really hitting those buzzers tonight, gentlemen. Okay, I know who Jackie Chan is. He is what you call the quintessential kung fu man. After Bruce Lee's passing, that he finally got his shot into making movies and basically playing Bruce Lee's alter ego. And to this day, I think he's still making movies. As old as he is.
That's true.
Yeah, because he's like the Morgan Freeman of the kung fu artist. Morgan Freeman basically makes these movies well into his 80s and 90s, for all intents purposes. Yeah, this reminds me of looking at the game. If you die, you only get one life. Karate Kid. And then everything's lost and you have to regain it again. James would definitely struggle with this game there, Gianni. Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Because you only get one life. It's like, what's the one we were talking about? Dragons. The Billy and Jimmy in
Billy and Jimmy, Double Dragon.
Double Dragon 3, where they only get the one life. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what makes that game extremely hard. You would have to play this game on the Game Genie if you really wanted to even have a chance. You'd have to get like infinite lives. You'd have to put in codes for it. So the playability, if I played the game, I'd probably struggle mightily too. But the animated version wise, yeah, that definitely looks like a cartoonist Jackie Chan to me. And there's just a lot of blue in the background, or purple, or I can't even tell. Is that even blue or purple? Anybody can? Is that blue? It's blue.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to give it 65 and buzz it. Yep. Yeah, we're going to buzz that one. We are going to buzz it because we can and we will. All right. Let's take a look at the average for the 5 scores here.
I think I've got all.
Well, you wouldn't believe this, but it's actually going to stay in the D tier and get a big fat D. 63.4 gets buzzed. Gets buzzed right there. But not enough. But no, not enough for an F though. We can't give it the losing horns though. 63.4 is what we gave it average wise. Okay. Not interesting way to start off, but that's the way. Next up, James Bond Jr. Oh, boy. Hey, this one's put out by Eurocom and THQ, November 1992, unreleased. Let me give you a little bit of a history of this one. It had 2 video games based on the series. James Bond Jr. Oh, wow. And published by THQ. For the NES, the Super NES, developed by Eurocom, and the later developed by Gray Matter. Okay. So this was all by James Bond Jr. with Marvel comic books. Oh, wow. Huh. They really didn't give any much except, wow. There's a whole bunch of villains, main character. Okay. Boy, why did it go up there? Okay, it's an American animated television series based on Ian Fleming's James Bond franchise. It follows the adventures of James Bond's nephew, James Bond Jr. The series debuted in September of 91 and ran for 65 episodes before ending in December of that year. It was the first television series ever produced based on the Bond franchise, and it is only animated adaptation. Excuse me. This was the second attempt to create an animated series based on the Bond franchise. So while attending prep school at Warfield Academy, James Bond Jr., with the help of his friends IQ, the grandson of Q, Gordo Leiter, the son of Felix Leiter, and Tracy Milbanks, they fight against the evil terrorist organization Scum. A Spectre-like organization. That's the Saboteurs.
That's right.
Yeah. Bum, bum. Yeah, Saboteurs and Criminals United in Mayhem. That's what SCUP stands for. Yep, Bond, James Bond Jr. Okay, so based on all of that, I think you've seen James Bond before. And if you haven't, you don't know what you're missing. It's a really good franchise there. We'll start with Mark Liotta this time. Excuse me.
Okay. The name's Bond.
James
Bond.
Jr.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's actually James Bond's kid.
It said nephew, actually.
Nephew.
Oh.
Yeah, that's his nephew. But Junior is still, just like, Indiana Jones. We didn't name you Indy. We named you Junior. Indy's the name of the dog.
All right. All right. I'll say a 70.
A 70. Okay. Passing grade for it. Scott, you're up with James Bond Jr.
Yeah, this is one of those. I'm thinking, A, not too many people ever got to play this game here. B, they say that the Super Nintendo version was even worse than the NES version for some weird reason. C, the cartoon, while I vaguely remember it, it was like a C quality cartoon in the beginning in any way as well.
Yeah.
I hate to say this. I know we have a good cover art here because it shows you all the characters from the TV show, and the back looks like a generic, like Metroidvania style game here. I'm going to have to give the 65.
He buzzes in with a 65. Okay. Okay. Gianni, you're up.
Okay, I don't know. I think there's another game he could play.
Yeah, he could.
That's how bad it was.
Yeah, he probably could masticate it so badly.
Exactly. I'm like, I don't think I'm not really too big into James Bond, but I don't think we've ever seen him in James Bond Jr. and anything else besides the games. I don't think. Like, there was no movie, I don't think, of James Bond Jr. But I don't know what they were thinking with this, although do like the cover art. Gameplay, I just kind of find it ridiculous that it's Junior. I mean, there wasn't no NES game James Bond, I don't think. But I do like some of the graphics in the game. Actually, looks like it's ripped off of Contra, the graphics, almost. I'm going to give it 66.
Ooh, you one up Scott there for a minute. But still gave it a buzzer. Okay. Brandon Bogard, you're up with James Bond Jr.
So I'm kind of okay with this. It's a lot better than the last one. Thank God. I like the cover art. I like that little cartoony thing that 2000s cartoony thing they got going on.
Yeah,
it's pretty nice. Gameplay, I mean, there's some stuff in it I'm looking at. I probably might want to change, but not too bad. I'll give it 88.
88. Wow, what a difference in opinion there. Okay. 70 and 88 and a couple of D's in there. Now, I've watched the James Bond franchise when, Sean Connery was in it, Pierce Brosnan in the newer versions.
Roger Moore.
Well, no, more like Sean Connery. That's the only one I can relate to, unfortunately. But I've never seen this James Bond Jr. before. And this one, the cover art looks very cartoonish, just like Jackie Chan for a minute there from the other way. So, playability-wise, I mean, I've never played it, but I might have fun with it. But I'm wondering if it's got anything to do with the movies. Probably not. Looking at it,
it's the cartoon series, basically.
Okay, so that's a disappointment for me because I'm playing another cartoon game, or would be playing another cartoon game. I'm going to say 63 and buzz it. Double buzz it. There we go. All right, let's look at the average here for the game. Oh, wow.
I think I've got all.
Okay, well, with Brandon Bogard's 88, it actually takes it up to the C tier, 70.4. It barely made it. Oh, wow. Okay, guys. Now we come up with the next game on our list here, and it looks like it's going to be Jaws. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
There it is. You like that, right? I had that especially ready to go. I said there was a couple ones where I figured we'll put some sound effects in there. There's nothing like Jaws to get the chills spreading here.
Yeah.
Okay, we're ready for Jaws, and this one's the classic here. LJN there, Gianni.
I know. I see
Escape
that,
West,
unfortunately.
November 1987. The video game for the NES that is loosely based on the film franchise of the same name, specifically Jaws the Revenge, the fourth and final film in the series. The box art is modeled heavily after the theatrical poster, and the back of the box mentions like it's personal, perhaps as a reference to said movie's tagline. However, the game does take elements from the first film. It is one of several LJN published titles produced by the Japanese company Atlas, although Westone was subcontracted to actually develop it. In the game, the player pilots a boat across the sea, randomly encountering groups of hostile sea creatures. When the boat hits something in the overhead map, the perspective changes to a side view. The player's boat releases a diver who battles various undersea threats, such as jellyfish, rays, and smaller sharks. Occasionally, Jaws will appear on the map in the form of its familiar dorsal fin, breaking the water's surface. If players collide with Jaws' dorsal fin, they can momentarily control their boat in the side view encounter in an attempt to attack Jaws with the depth charges. Jaws will always collide with the boat and release the diver into the water. Jaws will also appear after a brief moment if the player snags something in the overhead map with Jaws nearby. So the music, yeah, that's what you just heard. That was produced by, based on John Williams' famous score to Steven Spielberg's 1975 film, the first one. You guys played this before, so if you've seen it, yeah. So we're going to start with Scott McVeigh this time. Take it away, bro.
Yeah, well, this is a classic for both good reasons and bad reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all know that the fact that this is an LGN title. This is no secret, though.
Yep.
Well, fun fact. Did you know this made a cameo appearance in Back to the Future 2? Is actually in the store window of the antique shop where Marty got that sports almanac.
Well, of course, it also made it with the holographic movie theater where George takes Marty's head off.
Exactly.
Looks fake, you know?
Exactly, though.
Yep.
Like I said, this is a game that you could win. You can beat quickly if you know exactly what you're doing, or you can make it draw out as long as you can here.
Yep.
And, of course, the box art is very similar to the original movie posters and everything like that. See, it's hard to do this one, so I'm going to get it straight up the middle, 75.
75, still a passing grade, and a very good one at that. Okay, Gianni. Jaws, LJN, James' own his existence. Yeah.
I know. I mean, we know he did this because it's an LJN game.
He really gave some. He's like, what in the world are we thinking with the movie type based, NES game? Yeah.
I know. I mean, one thing I do like the sprite of Jaws, and there's one. Where was it? I had it. This one picture of him, I think being pulled in, or him of the fishing rod, him being stabbed by the fishing rod. I kind of do like that a little bit. On the actual game, from what I'm seeing. So I guess that's a good thing, but I'm gonna have to go 3 in a row on this. 3 buzzes in a row, 64.
64. Oh, a D. Wow. Okay. All right. We now go to Brandon Bogard with Jaws.
All right. So I'm looking at the gameplay images on the back cover, and okay, there's some that sort of have to do with Jaws, sort of have to do with the movie, the original.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna read this. This can't be. There has never been a great white in these tropical warm waters before.
Yeah.
There has never been a great white in these warm tropical waters before.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Yeah. Thank you, Brandon.
Yep. That's for sure.
Come on. But this isn't too bad, regardless of that little lie. Scuba gear, that does sound like wow. Okay. I'll just give this one a 70.
A 70 and pass it. Okay, still going to be a very passing grade there. Okay, Mark Leota, you're up with Jaws. He's trying to. We got a drum beater here. Yes.
Yeah, I've heard of Jaws the movie, but not as a video game.
You
Oh,
think we're
really?
gonna need a bigger boat?
Probably would need a bigger boat. Ooh, that shark looks like it wants to eat someone.
Looks like the top head of a surfboard, doesn't it?
Yeah. All right.
That's the same shark cover that Jaws likes to use. Whether it's
all right, 78.
78. Okay. Very good. Guys are giving it around about a C on that one. Okay, look, I've played this game. I've watched the movies, and I got so sick and tired of watching the movies because it's like, really, guys? Jaws could have been dead within an hour. They really like played this movie out. How many people had died in it before the guys got, But the game itself has some elements of the movies, but more or less you're just shooting things in the, grabbing the transmitter for the radio, which is, bonus points if you can transmit it quickly. But I finally beat the game after numerous attempts of trying to look at it and understand what I had to do. And I got some pretty good tips from Nintendo Power, not the magazine, but, the television show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Video Power. Yeah.
Video Power. Exactly. That's right. Because he was showing some tips on that Jaws one. A lot of people were writing in saying, how do you kill Jaws? So, look, we're talking classic cover art. Man, I'm going to give it 100 and ding it, chime it. Yes.
Ooh.
I'm looking totally at cover art. Playability wise, it probably would have been different. But you take the playability factor, and it's a good game to just kind of practice your shooting to when you really have to get to that level. So we've got the scores. Let's go ahead and see what Jaws is actually going to average out to.
I think I've got all.
Well, with my 100, it did get up to the C tier, 77.4. All right.
Yeah.
Still an average on that one. Okay, guys, we're up on the next one here. So let's take a look at it. We got, whoops, where am I going? Okay. We're ready to go. I'm the 25th anniversary of your favorite game show that's been on forever and ever, Jeopardy. Everybody dance. Boom, 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 boom. Yep. All right. Now this is one of them in the series, and this one happened to show up first. So let me give you a little rundown. We're looking at, of course, a Game Tech game. All of our game shows are from Game Tech, so we kind of figured that one out. But the 25th anniversary came out in June of 1990, right around the time that Super Jeopardy had premiered on ABC with Monopoly as part of their summer tournaments and stuff. Yes. And so, let's see. Yes, American media franchise to begin with a television quiz show created by Merv Griffin, in which contestants are presented with clues in the form of answers and must phrase their responses in the form of a question. Over the years, the show has expanded its brand beyond television and been licensed to products of various formats. So at this point, it takes you down to video games. And they come out for the Atari 2600, the NES. Every console had one of these, had Jeopardy in one way, shape, or form.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have to go into further detail. You know how the game is played. Let's start with Gianni Pizzi for his take on the 25th version.
Okay, I think I knew about this one. Never played it. The 25th. I'm more stuck with the junior edition because those questions are kind of a lot.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say too.
I mean, I played with a lot of these games. I mean, especially like the trivia games from the 80s. I mean, a lot of the questions were probably before my time.
Yep.
So a lot of them are outdated, but I mean, it's Jeopardy. You can't really go wrong. I mean, it played pretty much just like the show, has the theme song and everything. Pretty much it's the same with most games. Although I think the 25th anniversary, I think, is what they're referring to with the Art Fleming version, including from 1964 was when that 25th, 5 years. But because the 25th anniversary of Syndicate happened much later than this game. But I'm gonna give this one 100.
100. Look at this guy go. Gives it his first 100 of the day after buzzing 3 times there. But it's Game Tech. What do you expect, right? Yep.
It's Game Tech. It's Jeopardy. How could you go wrong?
That's right. Okay, we now go to Brandon Bogard with the 25th anniversary edition. What you see here on the cover art.
So, I remember this correctly. Jeopardy. I remember making a fan-made photo of all of what Alex Trebek looked like over the years. I put it up in the private chat.
Yeah.
In your honor, Alex, we miss you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, now looking at this, though. So, at first, and I'm going to say this for all 3 games, I wasn't sure why behind the contestants, it was just plain black, like little to no background.
Right.
I was kind of expecting a little more, but for the 25th, I was expecting to be a little better graphics. Unfortunately, the later games that we will be getting to after this had much better ones. So still, I like Jeopardy though. So I'm giving this 90.
90. Okay. Still an A. Very good. All right. We now go to Mark Leota with the 25th anniversary edition of Jeopardy.
Yeah. Pretty much, I guess, what you'd call the equivalent of the family version or whatever it was from NES Wheel, because like when you first boot it up, it's got like the same little tune from the family version of Wheel.
Right.
But then, of course, like the questions of this game though are kind of hard though.
Yeah. Oh, they wanted to make it hard purposely because it's the 25th anniversary edition, possibly, you know?
Yeah. But Jeopardy's always still fun to play, so 100.
Yeah, another 100 for it. We double up on that one. And we ding it. Nicely done, Mark. Okay. Scott, you're up.
Yeah.
25th anniversary edition, yep.
I was going to say, do you remember 2 weeks ago when I looked at all 3 Ikari Warrior games and gave them all the same grade?
75.
Yeah, I'm going to do even better. I'm going to do something similar since we got 3 Jeopardy titles here this week. They're all the same, very similar to each other. And I'm going to be like my buddies here. I'm going to give all 3 of them 95s.
95s, okay. So we know that your score is already there, but of course we're still going to go through each one to be fair, because each one does get a little bit of a description, even though you know what the description is. Well, gentlemen, I have watched Jeopardy in the beginning. Never saw the Art Fleming version. I had to watch repeats on it on YouTube, but I watched those 84 versions the first year. It came on at 4:00 in the afternoon. Sometime maybe different time zones, but syndication, it came on at ABC 4:00, and I was watching religiously. And then at 4:30 there was a filler show in. Usually either it was Name That Tune, and as the show continued going on and staying at 4:00, Bill Rafferty's Card Sharks would come in at 4:30 as well too. So that hour block in the afternoon on ABC usually had Jeopardy and a filler show, whatever it was. So that was my hour before dinner time at 4:00 in the afternoon. Watching Jeopardy, waiting for something else to come on. But Jeopardy, it was fun in those days. Was just watching. I didn't understand any of the questions, but just to watch them play the game and they're trying to race to get buzzed in quick and everything. Cover art looks fantastic. It's classic. I mean, Game Tech does a fantastic job with the game show games. Yeah, we're giving this one another 100 here. Another 100. Yep. Yep. All right. We've got our scores. Let's live it up. Oh my.
I think I've got all.
This one's going. It's going up. It's going up. It's still going. Still rising. Rising. Going all the way to the. There it is, guys. Your first day of the night, and you got it. That's the 3rd game show game, if I'm not mistaken, that you guys have put in the 8th here. In this, you put Family Feud, Hollywood Squares, and the Jeopardy into the A tier. So and Concentration, Classic Concentration actually was in the B tier. And I think Funhouse was in the C, or one of the two. And Double Dare, I think, was also in the. I'm not sure. Where did we put Double Dare? Oh, we put it in the B.
Never mind.
Yeah. But that's the way the crumble goes there, and it was 3 fries short of a Happy Meal.
That's the way the crumble goes.
That's the way the crumble goes. Yep.
Yeah.
Not the way the cookie crumbles?
No, not really.
No, that's a different way.
Okay. Next up is the other Jeopardy game here. I'll play the music again. Oh, boy. Here it is, guys. Okay. This is the junior edition, and I don't have to explain anything about this. It's the same premise, only the questions are a lot easier. We go back to the top of the order here with Brandon Bogard.
So, I get the only difference I would say with this between the 25th is probably the color scheme. As I'm looking at the contestants' podiums.
Mm-hmm.
I am, however, looking at their Jeopardy board, seeing much better graphics. Not the front cover, but the image of the back cover. Looks a little better. And that's why I'm giving it a higher 94.
94. Okay. You got it. We get that. And okay, we now go to Mark Leota with the junior edition.
All right. Well, this version, it would probably be the easiest out of the Jeopardy NES games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is.
That one particular category that used to be running gag with me and some other people Peter Pan category.
Yeah, the Peter Pan category.
But yeah, fairly easy game. Like you can probably rack up a really high score on this version easily.
I did myself. I owned this one because I was a kid. So yeah.
Yeah, well that makes sense. All right, perfect 100.
There it is, another $100, 100 points, not $100, but yeah, we could give you $100.
We all want $100.
Okay,
Answer.
Scott, you said 95, so we're gonna ding that in already. Now we go to Gianni. What do you got to say about this one there from Game Tech for the Junior Edition?
I mean, questions are pretty much easier. This is the one I play mostly.
I think we've all played it because it was.
Yeah, I mean, it's easier questions.
June of 90, I was 13 years old and still trying to, get through a Jeopardy game in one piece without it being a minus. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's not really much difference to this. I don't know if James and Mike may have played this. I don't know if they have, though. I feel like, although I don't think I want to say this wrong. I think AVGN should do like a game show game one episode.
He should. There's a lot of them out there.
I mean, a lot of them are good. I mean, how could you? But it's Jeopardy. I mean, it's pretty much like this game is like the actual show. So I'm kind of do the same thing Seffi's doing here. It's gonna do 100.
Oh, Seffi actually said 95. You're gonna go 100 though?
Oh, I'm gonna do the same thing, do the same bit for all of them.
Yeah.
So
we'll make it easy.
Okay, we got another 100 there. Keep going. Double up on it. Okay, I've had this game playability wise, it's great. The music is the only thing that I wish they would have gotten a little bit more to the classic version. I don't know why it sounds like a da 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 do 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 do. That's like with the contestant intro, it's very dark.
Well, that is true? Wasn't that like how the original version of theme
Yeah,
sounded?
back then it was. Yeah.
Yeah, and for an 8-bit game, they had to it had to sound like that. You know what really freaked me out is that they had freaking Mother Goose athletes. Mother Goose athletes. And why would you consider Hickory Dickory Dock a Mother Goose athlete? The mouse. He's an athlete. He ran up a clock.
The mouse?
Yep.
Ran up a clock. Oh god.
Mother Goose athlete. That's the way they.
Mother Duck Goose.
Mother Goose, who wrote those rhymes, those nursery rhymes. Yep. First one up there from Mother Goose athletes is the mouse, and I'm like, gee whiz, really? So I'm gonna go with Scott and say 95 as well too. I'm giving 100 because it was just it had some flaws in there that I thought they could have done a little bit better. Let's take a look at the average here.
I think I've got all.
Oh yeah, look at this. Up, going, up, up. Keep going, keep going. You're there. And it's there, 96.8, and you did it again.
Yeah.
Okay. I think you guys are making up with it with the Jeopardy series. We have one more Jeopardy to go with. Let's take a look at it. Here it comes. And then I can stop playing this annoying theme song. There it is. Cut. Cut. We get rid of the Jaws one too because we finished that one. We finished that one. Okay. So I'm going to put that up. And we go to Mark Leota to start the original Jeopardy. Oh, let me give you the date on this one, though, real quick. The original Jeopardy was September 1988. The junior edition was October 1989. They were all unreleased. I can't believe that. Yeah, they were still playable. But the original Jeopardy, September 1988, of course, by Game Tech. Mark, take it away.
Yeah. I'd say this version probably has like, I would say it's got probably a mix of like easy and hard questions.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and of course, may Alex Trebek rest in peace.
Yes.
All right. Well, just like with the other two, a perfect 100.
There it is. That's 200 points for you right there, Mark. You know, you got it. All right. Scott, original Jeopardy.
Same score, but I just the only reason why I'm giving these not hundreds is just the fact you have to type in your answers. If you get the spelling wrong, it's going to be tough.
It is. It's got to be
spelled.
That's the only reason why they're not
right
getting points from me. Okay?
We never covered that in you exactly. If you misspell any of it, and there's a different pronunciation, the computer will
Reject.
Wrong. You are so right about that. We never, And then you had to slide you had to slide the thing like in Wheel of Fortune. Same thing with to solve the puzzle. Same way. And everybody has a slight variation of how to spell different words. And
that's the problem. Yeah.
But you still gave it a 95, so you're in. Okay. Gianni?
I mean, I never actually thought about it. Yeah, I mean, with the spelling. But I mean, still it's Jeopardy. Never actually played this version. But I'm just gonna give it. I mean, no, I left to say I'm gonna give it 100.
Another 100. We double up on that one. There it is. Okay. Mr. Bogard, you are up with the original Jeopardy.
All right. So this color scheme, it looks more. I mean, the podiums have probably the same color as the 25th, but it doesn't look too bad at all. I'll add another 100 to that.
Another 100 for you. Okay. There you go. I would like to say this is the original cover, because the 25th version they just pasted the 25th anniversary on the original cover and then tried to fool everybody, but no, you can't fool everybody with that. So this is the original cover.
We ain't fools.
We're not fools, you doofuses from Game Tech. Even James would not be fooled with this whole thing. It's still a classic. I never played this version. Saw some, long plays on YouTube to see the differences of the adult versions of the game, because all I saw, was the junior edition. So this one, just like it's a carbon copy of the 25th anniversary, I'm going to give it a 95 and go with Scott and just, call it a day on that. Yep. Okay, we've got our scores. This is it, guys. Let's see what we have. Oh, God. Wow.
I think I've got all.
You ever saw a resurrection before, gentlemen? Yeah. The resurrection of Jeopardy. It keeps going up. It goes up. It gets going. It's going, and it's there. A 98 and another 8. Boy, nicely done. All right, we've got to take a break here, because we didn't take a break last half hour, and I forgot to totally give you guys a break. My bad. You can kick my butt later. And now we're going to play today. What am I? We're going to play What Am I?
Okay. Where are we going to start that? Whatever, or
we are now.
We are now, because we didn't take a break last half hour. We went so fast with the games and everything. I lost track of time. I was having fun with Jaws.
SpaghettiOs.
Okay, let's go ahead and here are the clues to this one. I'll give you 4 of them because we owe you 2 from the first half hour. So here it is. I am a band of flexible material. Okay, that's your first clue. Clue number 2. I can be different sizes and colors. Clue number 3. I am also a strip of land with distinctive properties. And the 4th clue. I am key to the workings of some vacuum cleaners. Those are your 4 clues. And we'll get the rest of the clues coming up in the third half hour coming up. We're in the 10 o'clock hour. Anybody got to take a break? Go to the bathroom, get a drink?
Good.
Good?
I'm good.
I got to take a swig here. Well, we got through the Jeopardy series in one piece, gentlemen. We can honestly say that. Okay, we're up next with an interesting cartoon game. Meet George Jetson. Yes, the Jetsons are up next. And this time we are looking at Cogswell's Caper. Yes, this was by Natsume and Taito. Yep, December 1992. In this spin-off adventure, George Jetson is ordered by his faithful employer, Spacely Sprockets, to put a stop to Mr. Cogswell's profit-making schemes, especially that of the dangerous mining facility on planet M38 is being built. This game is a side-scrolling action game where George can walk, crouch, and jump with the help of a jetpack. Each level is littered with crates and other items that George can pick up and toss at enemies. And since the game is set in the retro-futuristic world of the Jetsons, there are also a generous amount of switches on walls which can do amazing features. Ooh. All right, we start this time with Scott McVeigh.
Yep. Well, this is another good Hanna-Barbera cartoon game. And again, Taito put their name on it, so you know it's got to be a good quality game here. When looking over this, when I looked at the wiki page here, it actually said they had comparisons to Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers, which you covered several weeks before I got here.
Mm-hmm.
And so, with the idea, you pick up an object, you toss it at your enemy. There you go.
Right.
This was actually pretty fun looking. The graphics look really clean and nice, though. You got a good animated version of George right there, though. The cover art itself could have been a still shot straight from the TV series, or even a higher quality version of the TV series, what some would say as well.
Yeah,
this is going to get a
movie.
Yeah, this is good. And while the original reviews were so-so, I think just because of looking at this and everything else I've seen so far, this is a high 97.
High 97. All right, there you go. Good going there, Scott. Nicely done. Okay, Gianni, you're up with the Jetsons movie.
Okay, never seen the movie.
Yeah,
I've heard a lot about. Yeah, I've heard a lot about them. I think I did know about this game. Okay, I do like the title screen, the cover art. I mean, I don't know if the game is actually like the show or the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like all the adventure games we see a lot of the times in the NES games. Could be possible AVGN has played this or should play it.
Yeah.
But I don't really know much about the game. 82.
82. Still a very, very respectable B there. Nicely done. Okay, Brandon Bogart, the Jetsons, Cogswell's Caper.
So this does look pretty good, aside from that one gameplay image on the back cover where it looks like he's underwater.
Mm-hmm.
Very bizarre. Also, Gene, stop this crazy thing! Stop!
Yeah.
I'll give this 96. I still like it.
Oh, that means that Scott McVeigh went up. Yeah, he did, but you get a 96. That's still respectable there. Okay, Mark Leota, you're up with the Jetsons, Cogswell's Caper. Mark, turn on your mic, please.
Oh, whoops.
Sorry. There you go. Now we can hear you.
All right. Jetson.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I've definitely seen the cartoon before, but I don't think I played any of the Jetsons games.
Mhm.
Although this one would be pretty fun to play now that I look at this. I'm gonna give this one an 85.
An 85. Okay, a respectable B. Nicely done. Okay, now having seen the Jetsons TV, the cartoon series, and some of the movies, not so much a big fan of the movies because later on in the programs they had, like the Flintstones and everything. Looking at the video footage that they gave on Wiki, this reminds me a lot of Mario 2. Tossing things, throwing things, picking up things, and a slight version of that. And I think James would definitely agree that be a Chip and Dale kind of knockoff with a Super Mario 2 theme. Definitely, cover art looks great though. Jetson in his panic mode, running like a scaredy cat across the cover art's really selling me. I'm gonna say 98. Oh, 98. Yes.
Ooh.
Okay, we have our scores. Let's take a look and see what we have for the average here.
I think I've got all.
Well, gentlemen, talk about a resurrection for this game. It's going up. It's continually going up. It's passing the B's. Look at this. It's hitting 91.6. You did it again. 4 in a row. 4 games. Nicely done. Wow. I must say, this has got to be the probably one of the longest streak of A's that you've put in there in a row. 4. Nicely done. Okay, we're up next with a tennis game that's coming up here. And let's go ahead and take a look at it. It is the ever popular Jimmy Connors. Jimmy Connors tennis. This was by Ubisoft. Ubi, what a name.
I thought it was Ubisoft.
Ubisoft, Ubi.
Ubisoft, whatever, yeah.
Yep. 1993 was the time that it got released here. November 1993, the players can compete in an ATP World Tour at one of 3 difficulty levels, or just practice hitting tennis balls. 2 players may play competitively. The Game Boy version of the game allows the 2-player competitive play over a Game Link cable. Accessory. AVGN accessory.
Oh my.
Gianni, you're up with Jimmy Connors tennis.
Okay. Oh, there it is. What was the successful with? Oh, it was, you said.
This was with the Game Boy. The Game Boy version had the game cable link.
Yeah, the link. He did talk about that in the what was it?
Yeah.
He did Game Boy accessories one too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he covered all the accessories somewhere down the line and gave his.
I think so, but a couple of years ago, I remember him pointing out the Game Boy accessories video.
Yep. Ubisoft.
That was Ubisoft.
Ubi, yeah.
Ubi, but in Brandon, Ubi.
Like, yeah.
Just for that, you get 1 panda.
Ah.
But go ahead, Gianni.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I feel like I've heard the name Jimmy Connors before.
Yeah.
It's like pretty much like a sports game. It's just a sports game. In the NES, you with a famous athlete.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give this one kind of like the tennis court of it. 76.
76. Okay. Starts it off with a middle C. Now we go to Brandon Bogard with Jimmy Connors tennis.
So, is that supposed to be Jimmy Carter on the front cover?
Jimmy Connors.
Connor.
Not Carter.
Yes, that's
Is that supposed to be Jimmy?
That is supposed to be Jimmy. That is as close to Jimmy as you can get on a cover art. Yes.
He looks like Robin Williams for some reason.
Jimmy Connors was a very respectable tennis player up there with John McEnroe, and he was in that group of the late 80s.
Yep.
Mid 80s with Michael Chang, Andre Agassi. They were in the 90s. Those guys.
Well, I'm just saying that face he's making on the front cover.
Yeah. Oh no, that's the way he would. Yeah.
That's the action. He had to be. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a Robin Williams face he's making right there. I don't know
why. Never thought about it though.
The game.
Yes.
Well, wait a minute. Let's see. Jimmy Connors ranked number 1 for 159 weeks. Holder. 159 week. What?
He was ranked number 1 for 159 weeks. That means he probably that was probably the longest time anybody's been ranked number 1. 159 weeks is a little over what, like
3 years?
3 years, yeah. Thank you, Scott.
And a record 109 singles. Singles. This should be about music, not about tennis.
Yeah, tennis.
No, singles is one-on-one versus singles and doubles. That's
right.
Yeah.
Strange, but okay. But still, the gameplay, it looks pretty good. I like the graphics on this. I'm going to give it 99.
Ooh, 99.
Almost.
Oh, so close to doing a perfect 100. What was your reason for the one fry short of a Happy Meal there? If I might ask.
Is that what we're calling it now?
I mean, I'm just curious as to a 99 compared to 100, but hey, it's your score, Okay. If you're not going to answer my question, which
okay, sorry. Okay.
No, that's okay.
I guess it's, even though I like the graphics, it can still be just a bit complicated because I could probably see maybe like the tennis ball could be just a bit small to see, so you could probably still make a couple misses. So
that's true. I mean, yeah, if you're gonna deduct points off of that, yeah, that would be the thing. Yeah, no, that's fine. I mean, any answer you would have gave me, I would have completely. I was just curious as to the difference between a 99 and 100 is like 1. It's like, it's right there. Still a good score there, Brandon. Very good. Mark, we go to you now for Jimmy Connors tennis.
Yeah, I don't think I've played this one mainly because I'm not a tennis person.
Mm-hmm.
Although I'm pretty sure Jimmy Connors was a pretty good tennis player. All right. Let's see. How about I go with an 82 on this one?
An 82. Okay. Respectable B. Okay. Scott McVeigh, Jimmy Connors tennis.
Okay. Well, this looks like an average tennis game for the most part, though, as what I'm seeing on the screenshots there as well. That way too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the fact that you got the World Tour mode, so it's kind of like got a little bit of maybe an RPG style format to it as well, and like a good way to keep the game going, other than just simple 1-on-1 or 2-on-2 tennis, though as well.
Right.
That's not such a bad little game though as well. Can't give it as high as a 99 or anything like that, but I will still give this one a good 88.
88. Okay, respectable B. Nicely done. The high B, as they like to call it. Okay, look, I love Jimmy Connors. Compared to John McEnroe, Jimmy Connors never whined and complained about being on the tennis there, and John McEnroe always used to chew out the judge. It's on the line, you stupid moron. It's on the line. This is the line right here. He made a fuss. If you ever look up Jimmy Connors on YouTube, not Jimmy Connors, John McEnroe, and you'll see what
McEnroe
was a whiny little poop boy. But one hell of a tennis player. But he always had a show for the crowd. They argued. Him and the line judge, always argued, no matter who it was. But Jimmy Connors played it great. And they had a McEnroe versus Connors, like a charity match where it was fun. And the whole time McEnroe shooting his mouth off and Jimmy Connors is just watching him, just like make a fool of himself. And Jimmy Connors is just smiling there, and he's like, "Yeah, whatever." I love Jimmy Connors. Never played this version because the tennis game that I played is, of course, the Mario tennis. With the Mario Judge. That's the black cover art tennis. So I've never seen this one, but I'm so glad that Jimmy Connors was able to get some, royalties on this. I'm going to say 94. 94. It's a respectable grade. It's an A. Why not, right? Okay, let's take a look at the average here.
I think I've got all.
Okay, guys. Well, it's not an A, but it is a whoops. Where are we going here? Jimmy, get back up here.
Where'd he go? There he is.
Jimmy is the C's. He's going up to the B's. Yeah.
BB.
He's going to the BB. He's going to the BBs at 87.8. Very good. Very respectable B there. Okay. Now, let's look at the next game up on the list here. And it's going to be... Wow. Thank you.
Where is it?
Joe and Mac. What an interesting... this is looks like Fred Flintstone's long-lost cousin from the dinosaur age. Let's talk Joe and Mac Caveman Ninja. Yeah. Wow. What? Yeah, let's take a look at that. Okay, so Joe and Mac, also known as Caveman Ninja and Caveman Ninja Joe and Mac, 1991 run and gun platform game released for the arcades by Data East. It was later adapted for the Super NES, Mega Drive, Genesis, Nintendo, and Game Boy, Nintendo Switch, and PC. So it's on Nintendo Switch. The game starts the green-haired Joe and the blue-haired Mac. Cavemen who battle through numerous prehistoric levels using weapons such as boomerangs, bones, fire, flint, electricity, stone wheels, and clubs. The objective of the game is to rescue a group of women who were kidnapped by the rival tribe of Caveman. The game features a health system by which the player loses health over a period of time. Apart from during boss battles, a two-player mode is available, and in some versions, both characters are capable of damaging each other, just like in Double Dragon. Okay, we go back to the top of the lineup again with Brandon Bogard.
So they have to save kidnapped cave women.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Whoever thought of that plot, you need help. That is insane. But looking at the I do like the graphics, especially that one of the night one. It looks like it's a bit snowy or it's sort of in the clouds, but you have their little pterodactyl and nice green color. Yeah, I'm gonna give it 74.
74. Okay, a respectable C there. Very good. Now we go to Mark Leota with Joe and Mac.
Joe and Mac. Definitely a classic game there, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Have you played it?
I think I might have played it on the Switch, on the Switch Online thing.
Ah, okay.
It's a pretty fun little game.
Yep.
Let's give that one an 88.
An 88. Okay, we got that. A high B. Now we go to Scott McVeigh with Joe and Mac.
Oh yeah, another fun arcade game from Data East. Not like this
Data East has a lot of great stuff. They're a very reputable company.
This is
reputable. You know.
Exactly. The power-up system is pretty neat. The enemies are comical and funny here. It's got that little bit of humor in there as well, though. And yes, and like I said, this was done from the time back when when before the PC or PG era and all that there as well became on. But that's all right. You gotta admit, it's fun. It's entertaining. The graphics are not as good as the arcade or 16-bit versions, but it's still fun. I like this game quite a bit. I'm going to give it a 93.
93. All right. A very low A, but still an A. Very good. Okay, Johnny, Joe, and Mac.
Okay, I feel like I've heard of this game, but I never really played it. Don't really know too much about it, but never really thought they were cavemen.
Looks like the Flintstones game, right? I mean, the
oh
way
yeah, it does a little bit.
Yeah, this cover art is a totally different one on the wiki. It's the Japanese version.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Famicom.
Looks like I mean they're still going. Apparently, looks like they had a remake of the game. A couple of years ago, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like whatever that green dragon is. But
it's a T-Rex like thing. So there you go.
Oh, T-Rex! I thought it was pterodactyl.
I'm gonna give it.
Looking at the front cover.
Oh, the
I'm
cover
looking
might
at
have
like
pterodactyl, but
I'm looking at one of the
first
screenshots of the game.
Yeah, if it's a boss character, that's a T-Rex like character.
Yeah, the T-Rex. It definitely looks like a boss.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give us 93.
93. Okay.
Double
up on it. Very good. Nicely done there. Okay. All right. Now, for me, boy, I love the cover art. Looks like Fred and Barney, caveman. I mean, never played the game Joe and Mac before, but I probably love it. And like we said, we all can agree that Data East was a very, very reputable company, like Konami and Sunsoft, and just there's a lot of great companies out there that make these games for the Nintendo. They've had their share of some wonderful storylines, and their history is probably fantastic. Cover art wise, I look at this and I say, yeah, this has got a definite good balance of colors in there, not too cartoonish. But of course, when you look at it, it looks like Fred and Barney. From the moment I seen it, I was like, wow. I'm going to give this one a solid 90 and call it a day. All right. There you go. Bless you.
Thank you.
All right. Let's average it out here and take a look at the scores.
I think I've got all.
Well, gentlemen, you really did yourself a fantastic job here. It's not an A, but it goes up into the B tier again. And that's right next to Jimmy Connors, and it's going to be 87.6. Very good. Nicely done. Very reputable score. And now we go to the next game on our list here, which is going to be John Elway's Quarterback. Whoa, we got a football game here for the first time. I don't think we've covered any football games, except for 10-Yard Fight, which was back in the very first show.
I feel like what was it? The future one. From the year 3000. I remember what year.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did that exactly. You're right about that one. Good observation, Johnny. But I remember we did 10-Yard Fight in the first episode of NES because it was all in the 0 through 9.
That was one of the first games in that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, John Elway's quarterback is from Trade West and Rare. March 1989 was unreleased. And it's also known as John Elway's Quarterback Challenge, Teen Quarterback. Trade West developed Quarterback as an arcade game. Then in 1988, John Elway agreed to endorse it, and the company renamed the game after him. Trade West released a version for the Nintendo and Melbourne House for various home computers, such as Commodore 64, ZX Spectrum, IBM PC, Apple II, and Apple II GS. The arcade game is an upright that had two-player capability. The controls are different for both the left and right sides, offensive and defense. There is a spring-loaded joystick, which allows the player to angle and release according to where they were throwing for the quarterback or kicking. When possession changes, players switch sides on the console, and play continues. In both cases, players can select from a playbook of formations and plays. There you go. Very good. Let's start with Mark Leota this time with John Elway's quarterback.
Anyone up for some football? Well, maybe not now because it's March, but
yeah, we're we're in March Madness, give or take right now.
Yeah, but football's still one of the best sports though ever.
Plus, we just had football last month.
All right.
Yeah, we had the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. 91.
91. Very good. Respectable A there. Okay. Scott McVay, John Elway's quarterback.
I'll be honest. I am not a fan of sports games at all, though, for that matter, though. But, well, let's see. First of all, look at the cover art. Simple picture of Mr. Elway just looking at you with his goofy smile. Look at the screenshots. It looks like it's a very bare bones looking game of football there as well, like that. Definitely not even close to what would become later from the Madden series or anything like that there as well. The only, like I said, as you mentioned during your description, the arcade was the only reason why it was not too bad. The arcade again was that unique analog style flick stick controller here, but you don't get that in the NES version at all. So football game, and I think, but I kind of buzz it. I got to give it a 58.
Oh boy. 58 for Scott. That's a bad F there. All right, we now go to Gianni with John Elway's quarterback.
Okay, I mean, it's a football game for the NES. You can't really go too much wrong with it. I mean, there is, I'm not really too big fan of the graphics of the game. I mean, the football field, I feel like they could have done a lot better with it. But it's not really one of the worst games. Nothing really bad about it. It means football kind of just looks like an empty field. I only see 3 players on the field in this screenshot.
Yeah. Maybe that was the practice mode. Could be.
Could have been.
Like
was there a practice mode in the game?
Let me go back and look. Oop! I dropped my panda. Sorry about that.
Drop your what?
I dropped my panda. My panda.
Oh,
I dropped my panda sticker. All right, let me go back and see if there was a practice mode. Yes. So let's see. On offense, the player has the option to select a normal play. I'm not sure, Gianni, to answer your question. I don't see anything about a practice mode.
Yeah.
It could be. Let's see. Oh, screenshot of John Elway's. Let me see. Oh, it just could be that they would probably no high resolution. I'm not sure. It doesn't say what the description of it is.
Yeah. I'm gonna give this one 79.
79. Okay. All right, we'll give you that. And we go now to Brandon Bogard.
okay. So,
Man's got a football on his shoulder. I love the visual demonstration, the visual aid. You get 1 panda for that.
thank you. So this game gets a.
Uh-oh.
62.
Oh boy, he buzzes it. 62. Okay.
Reason being, I'm looking at this. I only see the only thing I see close to it is like the ground. I don't see a football like I have. I only see like little mini whatever they are, and I have a bad feeling if I play the game, they're not gonna be like this. They're gonna be like this, sort of like South Park walking style cheap crap. That looks bad. Yeah, 62, definitely.
62. Okay, you got that. All right. Now, I like John Elway. Love, great quarterback, very well respected. Never played the football game because I play 10-yard fight more than anything else of the NES football games. I mean, I think because of the fact that the playability was very difficult. I saw the arcade game and it was really tough. And depending on how much somebody abused the joysticks on those arcade games, I mean, it looked like it was very hard to play. So playability wise, it's kind of, I would take points up for that, but cover art wise, it looks fantastic. I'm going to give this an 86. 86, yes. Okay, we've got our scores. Let's go ahead and average them out.
I think I've got all.
Okay, well, it's not a D. Whoops. Well, it's going to be a C. 75.2. All right, that's the half hour coming up right there. Okay. Coming back to What Am I is what we're going to be doing, giving you some more clues in this half hour, so get ready. Okay, so continuing on with the quest to find out what this specific thing is. Your next clue is my car engine version is serpentine. Okay. And your next one is I am an imaginary line around the waist for boxers. And your third clue, I can be worn as a fashion accessory. Hey. Don't give your answers until the end of the game is over and we've closed out for the day, okay? 10:30 here now. The question I have is, do you guys want to continue on or do you want to call it a night and I'll give you the rest of the clues?
We can.
Everybody's good?
Go on.
Yeah,
Go on, yeah.
Okay. Anybody need a break, though?
No.
Good, actually.
No.
Okay, very good. I have to ask those questions because I got to be fair to you guys. You know what I mean? You don't want to say he never gives me breaks. I mean, he's so tough. I'm very, very fair and honest. Next up is a basketball game, and this is a classic. Jordan versus Bird 1-on-1. Oh boy, yes. Don't you just love it when they just do that? Milton Bradley Company put out this one, August 1989. And let me give you the lowdown of this. Michael Jordan of the Chicago Bulls, Larry Bird of the Celtics are the only two players in the game, which allows the player to participate, excuse me, in a one-on-one as either Bird or Jordan. Mini games include a slam dunk contest utilizing Jordan and the three-point contest utilizing Bird. So this one was also put on NES, Genesis, Game Boy, Commodore, DOS. I mean, you name it. And I know for a fact that James did cover this one. Have a feeling that he did. So we now start with Scott McVeigh on Jordan versus Bird, 1-on-1.
Okay. You know, this is not a bad looking game here itself, though, for a good one-on-one.
Yep.
As you probably have lightly mentioned, this when I first saw this title, it was way back in like the days of the Apple II computer and all that there. So we're talking about a good classic game that surprisingly has survived for quite a few years before they finally dropped the title. There was even titles of this on the Genesis and everything as well. That surprised me too.
Yeah.
But for a one-on-one game, not bad. I think it's kind of cool looking, though, and I like the idea of at least having a little variety added into it, though. I'm actually going to give this one a good, nice 85.
85. Okay, we got that, and it's recorded. Gianni, you're up with Jordan versus Bird, 1-on-1.
Okay. I mean, they're two iconic basketball players at the time. I mean, I'm sure pretty much almost every kid's dream take on one of those two.
Yeah, and you know, James played it I think he played this on the Commodore, and we all know what James does with the Commodore 64. He likes to attack it because it works only when it wants to.
Oh, yeah.
Remember how many times he says, I had this old Commodore 64 and it only works when it wants to.
Oh, we forgot about that.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
We totally forgot about he covered some Commodore
Was
64.
that from the Superman 64 one?
That one and the Batman 2 as well.
Oh, yeah, he did do it.
Yeah. But he says, yeah, when the Commodore wants to work. So James definitely would have probably covered this one on a Commodore. Yeah, if that was the case.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Definitely. Yeah, they've covered most of the basketball games, I think.
I think, yeah. I don't know about this one, but this is the first time I'm hearing about this game. But I mean, I do like some of the graphics, especially some of the different modes. I mean, one has the brick wall, one has like an audience, with the colorful like basketball court. So definitely like some of that. I mean, 83.
83. Okay, we'll give you that and record it in there. Okay, Brandon Bogart, Jordan versus Bird 1-on-1, and now he's got a basketball.
So,
what do you have to say yourself about this one? Oh, we got a kitty.
Yep, Kitty came back.
Meow.
Hello, kitty.
Kitty. That's Kitty Cat. There she is.
That's our Wipe Those Tears mascot. Yes.
what were you saying?
Well,
that's Jordan versus Bird.
versus Bird. Sorry about that. We all got caught up with the kitty, you know.
Okay. When I saw this, I misread the title by accident.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
I thought it said Jordan Bilbo.
Oh dear.
Oh my God. Oh, brother.
Oh, brother, right.
Wow.
That's just my stupid brain kicking in, all right? What am I supposed to
I think we scared off the kitty.
That's okay. She likes to walk around.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
Jordan versus Bibby?
what?
You said Jordan versus Bibby or Jordan
No, I thought it said Jordan Bilbo, and
Bilbo?
I
Whoa.
read it, and I didn't see the verses. Our Bird,
I know what that one was, even with my bad vision on some of it. I know some of us can make out the games, others cannot, depending on what screen kind of resolution we're using. It's hard, I know.
Okay, but all right. Well, I'm not quite a fan of the graphics.
Mhm.
It does make it. It seems a little cheap. At the same time, I like basketball. It's like my top favorite sport.
Yep.
I know I don't run that much, so I miss being a kid.
Right? We all do.
Oh yeah.
But I'll give this a 76.
76, okay. Very
I apologize for Milton for understanding.
It's okay. It's totally understandable. Okay. Who's next? Mark, you're up, right? Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, yeah, Jordan and Bird were like the biggest basketball stars in that era.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I will give that one a. Let's see. What do I want to score that one? I'll score it a 85.
85. Okay. All right. Who won up them? Who gave it an 86? Anybody give it an 86? No.
Okay. Was it me?
I gave it 76.
Oh,
83. I gave it.
I gave it an 83. So he two-upped me.
he two-upped them. Okay, but I thought somebody went up Mark on that one. Okay. I'm up, right? Yeah, I guess so. Everybody scored it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Jordan versus Bird 1-on-1, and I love the commercials from McDonald's. Hey, what do you got there? Big Mac with everything? I'll play you for it. Off the scoreboard, off the off the floor, nothing but net, you know?
That's what this game is missing. It should have had a game of extreme horse.
That's right, exactly. I mean, for the love of God. I mean, but those classic Jordan versus Bird commercials from McDonald's really, I think, took it to a point where now everybody wanted the game, you know? Nothing but net.
Exactly.
That's right. That was all I can remember of Jordan versus Bird, because as far as the 1-on-1 games and the 2-on-2s, I still like a 5-on-5, but the 2-on-2 that I like better than Jordan or even 1-on-Bird is NBA Jam. And of course, there is no NES NBA Jam.
That's true.
They didn't come out till Genesis and the Master System for those. probably.
And the Super Famicom Nintendo, yeah.
Famicom's got everything, of course. So in this case, the Jordan versus Bird, I love the cover art. Great. I wish they would have put a McDonald's logo on that to kind of indicate that it was official sponsor of the Jordan versus Bird franchise. That would have really made some money from McDonald's. Like they weren't really making, but they made so much money off the commercials, for crying out loud. They were the greatest things. And we will have some commercials for Jordan versus Bird and McDonald's next week on DMS. Okay, I will definitely find it because I didn't even think about those when I'm making commercials. In the meantime, 93. Yes, there it is. 93. Very good. Okay, let's take a look at our scores here to average it out.
I think I've got all.
Well, it's interesting to note that with this one here, basketball is actually doing better than football in the games here. This is going to go in the B tier at 84.4. Very good. Nicely done. Okay, we have an interesting game that's kind of like Defender in a way. Let's take a look at it. Real good here. I wouldn't say it's real good. It's fantastic in its own. Here is A Journey to Silas. Looks like Defender. Or something from Buck Rogers, title, Silas. This is put out by Sunsoft, August 10th, 1990. Okay. And side-scrolling run-and-gun video game. Journey to Silas was originally based on the 1984 film The Terminator. Oh, but the licensing of the film were lost during development. The graphics and storyline were altered to accommodate the change. The player controls Jay McCrae as he goes on a mission to defeat the terrorist group responsible for his father's death. There are 5 stages consisting of the ruins of a space colony, an underground concourse, the enemy's hideout, a flying spaceship, and a factory. The player must fight his way through an assortment of robotic enemies and security systems in order to reach the end of each stage and fight the stage's boss. The controls follow the standard conventions of other side-scrolling action games for the NES. The character can lie down, but he can only aim his gun left or right. In addition to the default handgun weapon, the player can switch to one of 5 additional weapons that can be procured throughout the course of the game, which are a shotgun, machine gun, a homing gun, a laser rifle, and a grenade launcher. Does that kind of remind anybody of Contra and Super C?
Oh, yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
Everything of the makings of a game of that sort. So, who starts this time? Gianni, you start, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Gianni, you go. Wow. We breezed through.
I feel like I've heard of this. I've seen this game. Seen the cover art before. Never really actually seen the gameplay of it. Looks like someone's being compared to Terminator.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm seeing a picture. But I do like some of the cover art. I mean, looks like an underrated game. I like some of the graphics and the enemies, whatever that robot animal is. That's pretty cool. I'll put it. Let's go on the A tier, 96.
96. Okay, very good. Nicely done. A high A for that matter. Now we go to Brandon Bogard with Journey to Silas.
Okay, so you know what? This reminds me of like a similar game. I think a similar. What's it called with the duck? Where you're competing. It's like a duck game. It's played on the PC, but you're playing it. It's like a player versus player. It reminds me of that. The graphics.
Anybody with an answer with that one? I can't. I don't.
Not
All I think of is Duck Hunt, but no. I mean, you're a duck. I mean, quack.
No. No, I'm thinking of something else because that's what the graphics remind me of.
Oh, okay.
And they look pretty good. Once again, so close. 99.
Oh my goodness. 99, and he almost gives it 100 there. Now we go to Mark Leota with Journey to Silas.
Definitely a pretty cool cover. colored background there. Excuse me. Right, with all those buildings in the back, all the moons there, or a moon rather.
Mm-hmm.
97.
Oh, 97, and that means that you won up Gianni there. Okay. Still a very respectable score. We now go to Scott McVeigh with Journey to Silas.
Yep, this one's a pretty neat game here. First of all, Sunsoft, one of the better publishers for the NES and everything like that as well. Number two, the fact that this could have been a Terminator game, that would have been more interesting as well. But I'm glad they went with the more original storyline instead of trying to get to a movie-based game here, which probably could have dragged this down considerably in ratings here and all that there as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to admit, it's a pretty good title, good running gun style. I'm going to be like my fellow friends. I'm going to give it a very high grade and give it a good old 96.
Double up on it. 96. Very good. Okay. Got it. All right. Now, well, I tell you, I'm impressed with the cover art. Love that. That is fantastic. The gameplay reminds me of Contra or Super C because of the fact that you can get those guns, those different types of guns as you're shooting, you know. It's a side-scrolling game, and I bet you with a Game Genie with infinite lives, you'd be able to clear it in no time. There's only 5 levels or 5, so with 5 levels and that, the playability is probably very good. I have to go. It's got everything in there except I haven't played it, so I'm still going to give it 100 and
Oh, by the way, you'll be happy to know I just found a site here that actually does have several Game Genie codes for this there as well.
There we go. See, and we can talk about Game Genie codes for a lot of these games because that would be reason being why I beat the game because of Game Genie. I'm so grateful and I owe my life to that accessory, which James never covered. I don't think he did.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's an accessory, just like in all those any other NES accessories, but the Game
Which one
Genie.
was it?
The Game Genie.
Oh yeah, he didn't. No, I didn't think
Never
about that.
covered it.
He covered
Never
the Game Genie for the
kind of
Game
a-
Boy, but not for like the NES. I don't think. he
No,
did.
we had a Game Genie for the NES for Sega. I remember there was one for most of each console had a game had their own.
Nintendo. I know Game Boy had one.
Yeah, I mean, all right. Let's look at the score here and move it up.
I think I've got all.
Oh my goodness. The resurrection of the body and blood of Christ is going up the corridor. It's climbing, it's going, and it's making its way right near for the 5th A of the night. There you have it, 97.6. You got it. All right. Very good, gentlemen. 97.6. Let's quickly go into the next game here.
This will be the last one, I think, for tonight, right?
I think so, yeah.
Might be because we would have 2 more J's and then the K's start with Kabuki Quantum Fighters. So if you want to get through these next 3, we can do that fast. Here is Joust. Joust is the game by HAL Laboratory America, October 30th, 1987. Joust is played, an action game developed by Electronics. While not the first 2-player cooperative video game, Joust's success and polished implementation popularized the concept. Players assume the role of knights armed with lances and mounted on large birds, an ostrich for player 1, a stork for player 2, who must fly around the screen and defeat enemy knights riding buzzards. Wow. Okay. We go back to the top of the order, and it starts with Brandon Bogard with Joust.
So this is supposed to be a medieval age, except they're knights of hyperspace. It's a little weird that they're taking on aliens. I'm looking at the front cover. One of them is fighting a silver peacock.
Uh-huh.
close to the sun.
Yeah.
It's very weird. But not too bad. 83.
83. Okay, you got it. Mark, you're up with
Joust.
Joust. Yes. Thank you.
Ooh. Joust. Definitely looks like a pretty cool title there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And so, 84.
Oh, you're going to one them up. Okay. Very good. Okay. Scott McVeigh with Joust.
Classic arcade game. This is a
Yes.
beautiful game, originally released in 1982. I believe this is one of the first titles by Eugene Jarvis and all that there from Williams Electronics. It's perfect. And the cover art is similar, but slightly different from the Atari 2600 cover art here, which was also just as gorgeous. I am a fan of Joust. I love this game. 100.
100 for Scott McVeigh. He gets the Jay, Johnny, you're up with Joust.
Okay, so I've heard of this game. I'm more familiar with the arcade version of this game. Although when I think of Joust, I think of the game on American Gladiators, which again we already covered.
Right. That's for
a
sure.
little different,
Jousting, yes,
I think.
one of the more popular games on American Gladiators. Yes.
Yeah, we remember covering that on my first episode here.
Yes.
I mean, I never actually played this version of this game. I've heard a lot about it. I think it's like, I guess, the normal like jousting in like medieval times. Like I said, I'm more familiar with the logo with the arcade game, but that's what looks cool. I mean, it's another port.
Yeah.
Never even played it on the arcades, but I'll give it 88.
88. Okay, that's still a very reputable score there. Okay, now I have not played the Joust on Nintendo, but I have seen it on other consoles, and of course, I think I even saw, of course, American Gladiators with the jousting there, and I've seen actual live jousting, in medieval times, and pleasure fairs and all that great stuff. And jousting is a fantastic sport in its own right. Cover art wise, it looks like it's got way too much orange and yellow. I can barely see the character here, right there in the front, and that's the only thing I can tell because they're flying around there. I would give this, I don't know, probably about an 80 and call it a day. I'm a little low on that, but yeah, that's what I'm going to do. 80. All right, let's see what our scores are for this final game of Wipe Those Tears.
I think I've got
Well, not really the final game, but the final one of the night here for our episode. The Joust is actually going into the B tier at 87 even. Wow. Very good, gentlemen. So that takes care of that. And
I do have one thing to mention. I did mention the wrong person who helped develop this one. Instead of Eugene Jarvis, it was actually a guy named John Newcomer. So yeah, but it was one game he really put a lot of work into as well.
John Newcomer. Okay. All right, that wraps that up, and we will shut it down. Okay, that ends that. Very good game playing, guys. And of course, now it's time to finish What Am I? And with 7 minutes left, I'll give you the remaining clues, and you come up with the answer. I think probably some of you have already come up with the answer to this, but that's still pretty good when you think about it. Okay, here's the remaining clues. Country singers often wear big buckles on me. Functionally, I hold up trousers. What am I with the initial B? And we start with Brandon Bogard. What are we talking about here?
I'm just gonna go simply a belt.
A belt it is. You got it. Nicely done. Mark, what do you say?
It's got to be a belt.
2 for 2.
That's what I was thinking too. It's a belt.
It's a belt. You guys got it. Nicely done. Oh, yeah, it is a belt. Yes. I think by the time we had the other clues, like middle of the road, you already knew what it was. And for all you audience belts out there, a serpentine
I
belt.
think
on
the
the
first one. I think only Seffi got it. We all figured out.
Yeah.
One last week.
Yeah, that's true though.
So it's going to be interesting to see next week. We've got 2 more J's, and then we go into the K's. But we've got 2 classic movies to talk about: The Jungle Book and Jurassic Park. Oh, yes.
And by the time we get into the K's, there's another classic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we got Karate Kid.
Oh, and Karate Kid's on there.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Yes.
Mm-hmm. So this is
We
NES.
know how bad that one is.
Wow. I have
Mhm.
to save this. Gotta save it before I lose it. Okay, come on now, be good. Don't crash. Don't crash. Thank you. Okay. I remember the one time it happened with the computer crashed 7 times with all the ads on it.
Oh yeah. That's
Yeah.
right.
Oh, now it's coming back to him. He says he knows.
I remember that.
Well, I tell you, gentlemen, this has been fun. And so, yeah, we're going to be looking at some pretty good games. 2 more J's, and then we go into the K's. Yep. That'll be the Jungle Book and Jurassic Park. And then we go into Kabuki Quantum Fighter, which has been a popular one that always was on Video Power.
Nice.
For some reason or another. But still a great game indeed. And all that fun stuff. So, good job, guys. I must say. Anything you'd like to add before we end the program tonight?
I think I'm good.
You good?
No.
I think Johnny, are you? Let's see. I wanted to let you know that Scott McVeigh, once again, he's dominated. He's dominated Tic-Tac-Toe and Joker's Wild.
I know.
Scott's got $259,240 with 7 wins, a car, and lots of trips. And in Joker's Wild, he's got 3 wins and $58,941.
That's right, man. I played in Blockbuster, Tic-Tac-Toe, this past Monday. So
That's right. Yep. And
I
also
meant Blockbuster. Yeah, I meant that episode of Blockbusters I had with the championship. Actually, I think aired yesterday. So
yes, you did. Oh, it was a very good one. Yes, you were the champ in the beginning of season 3. That's for sure. Oh, somebody was. We still got to decide if summer break. Okay, guys, stay after. Once we go off air, we'll talk about summer break. Yeah, but these guys are going to get Easter week off, which is April 3rd. The week of that, because March 31st is Easter Sunday. But we'll be here for the next 3 weeks, and then we'll take that 4th week off. So that should be good. It's not like the 2 weeks we had with Christmas, but still, a week off. It's like our spring break. You know what I mean? Any chance of that stuff. So thank you again, gentlemen, and thank you again for you guys tuning in on YouTube. We'll see you next week for more NES games. And the 25th episode of Wipe Those Tears comes to you next week on March 10th. That's going to be no, not March 10th, March 13th. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm so bad today. Boy, oh boy. Good night, everybody.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Derek Dawson Network for more great content like this one.